Hey guys and gals, how you doing? I'm reviewing the movie December. If you go on my TikTok, you just get the short version of it. This is the longer, uncut, newer version. Kind of separated from the TikTok because this is on my podcast. So if you listen to the podcast version, it shows me that you are following me. You support my work, and I appreciate it so much. Anyway, Death of December is like about 24 short stories because I would think this would be 31 since it's 31 days in December. But this movie's like 2 hours long. So you guys stick through it, see it in parts. That's what I did. But like any other anthology horror movie, very rare they are perfect ones, and there's a lot of them that are like some that you might like in some stories. This anthology horror movie is of course based on December, the theme of December of Christmas. That's why it's called Deathcember. Each of the anthology horror segments are brand new just for this movie. It's not like it's taken from other short horror from YouTube or whatever and ask the director, can I use it in this video to make it a longer movie? No, this is all brand new stuff from different directors around the world, from Korea, Spain, America, different countries pretty much, which is really cool because we like to see directors have their own take on stuff when it comes to horror, especially when it comes to December theme, which is interesting. Like I said, there've been a lot of Christmas horror movies, so it's nothing new. And there's a few Christmas horror movies doing anthologies also. Like I think it was called Christmas Story a few years ago from 2017, I think. That did their own take on it. But like I said, this is more like towards ABC of death. Like it's just a slew of anthology, and I like the theme of how they dealt with the December thing. And like the beginning part, I have like little doors of like picture icons representing each segment, like a gas mask or a machine gun might represent that segment, but you're gonna wonder why it represents that. And it's like I say, so many stories in this one. Is like it's hard to. I mean, it's easy for me to talk about each one of them, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys and gals. So I'm gonna name a few that I can tell you. There's one that's animated, and it's kind of fucked up. But if it was like live action, then you might flip your shit the way they did this animation segment. The best way to describe the animation segment in this one about the little boy got kidnapped by these different priests. Yeah, take a wild guess. If you saw a suburban film, it's kind of like shock value like that, I would say. You know, one of the segment have um, these kids singing Christmas carols to keep this dead body alive. From a coma, and it's kind of fucked up, man. Watch it as the segment persists to go on, and you'll see the time frame of that segment. It's kind of crazy, but that was one of my favorites. My real favorite is actually the Korean one about the little girl who's breaking her doll, and her dolls are getting messed. Like she'd be messing up her dolls up pretty much, and the father's wondering what's wrong with her pretty much. That's like my number one favorite segment because it's kind of fucked up. And a lot of these segments are very taboo. A lot of fucked up segments in this one, so it's kind of like what the fuck moments to here and there. There's a few of them that like don't make sense, but then you start picking up on it, and you gotta use your own imagination. Once the credits start rolling up, you're gonna have like two extra short stories in this one, so stay tuned for the credits. All on December, I highly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all the segments anyway, and a few of them are not all that. I mean, actually, a lot of them is not all that, but you take it as what it is, pretty much. So December, I say give it a chance, and if you want like a horror movie to see this year, this is one of them. Anyway, peace out and see you later, guys and gals.